Hello, my name is Colton Shepard, and I'm here today to talk to you about the book of Acts and the power of the Holy Spirit. So, the book of Acts is actually also written by Luke, who is one of the authors of the Gospels, the book of Luke. And Acts basically picks off right where Luke ends. And so it starts off with Jesus being with his followers, kind of giving them guidance and direction, telling them to stay in Jerusalem, for he's about to send a helper to them. And so, big picture wise, Acts is about the starting, like the foundations, like the basics, the base of building the church, and watching that spread from Jerusalem, from where all Jesus went to, and out into Samaria and Judea, and then as Jesus commands them, to all the ends of the earth. And at that time, the ends of the earth may not be as far as what we know them now, but when you look into it, they went pretty far. So like I said, it's written by Luke. It's given the account of, yes, Jesus ascending into heaven. Going off into chapter 2, the Holy Spirit comes, and all of the followers that Jesus told to stay behind, the disciples and followers, got filled with the Holy Spirit. You start seeing the first martyrs for Christ, first one being Stephen, and you get to see him be persecuted for the glory of God. And like what an honor like that is to be persecuted, and to even be persecuted like Christ for some of the disciples. But you go from there and you see the outspread, the outreach. You see Saul come into the picture, who eventually gets turned into Paul, and how he was persecuting Christians until Jesus got a hold of him, asked him, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" And so from there you get to see his transition into Paul. And you get to see his ventures out into Ephesus, into Colossae, into Philippi, and to different areas, Thessalonica, the different places that he went out to preach the gospel, to share the good news of Jesus being the Messiah, being the King. And then even in parts of it, you get to see Luke himself show up. He went on some of the adventures, I guess, the mission trips, if you want to call them, to the different locations. He was there with Paul on the boat, and the times that the boat wrecked, being shipwrecked, and in prison. And so overall, you get to see, yes, the starting of the church. You get to see the start of the Holy Spirit, whom we still have today, whom still is our helper and our guide in day-to-day life. You get to see the church grow from a little seed into a beautiful plant across what was then known as Asia, and different parts of the Middle East, what would be today known as like Turkey, and Greece, and just all those locations around the different seas. But you get to see, as I said, Paul, he started off, he was persecuting Christians. He was there when Stephen got stoned. And he was rounding them up one by one. And then on the road to Damascus, Jesus came down asking him and getting to him to change his life. And when you look at Paul's story in itself, like, what a testimony. And so Acts shows that. Acts shows that transition, that transformation. He shows what Jesus Christ can really do to your life, that no matter who you are, if you let Jesus get a hold of you, he'll change you. And he'll use you. You don't have to be anything special. You don't have to be well-educated, whatnot. Like, Jesus is going to take care of you. He will educate you. He will equip you. And so Acts is just a super cool book. There's a whole lot more to get into it. But overall, it's the building of the church. You get to see it spread out and flourish. And, like, the churches we have around here today wouldn't be around if it wasn't for what was going on in the book of Acts. And so I encourage you to get into it. I encourage you to read it. I encourage you to look things up, see the historical sides, see the culture, see like what it was truly like back then, because it's so much different now. But that is the book of Acts. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.